All right, everybody. Hey, it's 20 minutes with Bridgette. Yay! All right. What is the topic today? All right. Topic today is essential oils and the lies. So you can go to the blog that goes along with it, and I've got some really great links. So let's go over there. Oh, yeah. Let me hold on one second, please, and I will bring that up here. Yep, just takes me a couple minutes. Yep. All right. So let me go. Oh, wait, let me make sure I've got the screen share on. Yeah, so I'm going to share that. Awesome. All right, now, hold on a second. Oh, whoa, whoa. All right, hold on a second. Sorry about that. I've got a. All right, let me get in here. Oh, alrighty, hold on one second. Okay, so website is COE-LLC, and then we have the blog. There it is. 20 minutes with Bridgette, April 27th, 2020. Essential oils lies. You can see the nice little pic, kind of cute. Okay, also my class is live and it's recorded. The record of this class will be on Patreon. Support me there, Conscious of Economics, or the link, which you can go to the blog and get that link. And also after this week, starting next week, next Monday, I'll be doing 20 minutes with Bridgette on Tuesday and Thursday. Check the main link on the main page on the website for the new Zoom link and password for that. Okay, so that you can watch live. All right, so essential oils cannot cure things like cancer. I, have people that are involved with companies that, essential oil companies that I will not mention, that will send me things like the essential oil company is saying that, like frankincense, essential oil can cure cancer. And, I've had brain cancer, so I know that it takes a lot of aspects to actually cure cancer. And it is, a road that you're going to need, diet and nutrition. You're going to need supportive microbes, pleomorphics. You're going to probably use some cannabis products, if it's external or internal. And maybe, take some herbal products and whatever else. So just be careful about statements that are made, and be careful about the statements that you continue to perpetuate. Okay, what can essential oils be used for? Essential oils can be used as mood enhancers. So I'm going to kind of talk about the brain here for a minute. And I just want to show you here on the blog, I have What the Bleep Do We Know Extended, and I've got a link there so that you can watch it. I'm going to give you kind of a basics about how brain chemistry works. Okay, so you have a thought, or you have an unfeeling thought that you can't put a feeling on, say pain. Your brain starts to actually chronically fire its neuron firing patterns together to create that pain chemistry. So even, years down the road, when you don't have that, chronic pain, your body's still going to fire up periodically and create a chemical because it's addicted to that chemical. So the feeling becomes a chemical. So basically you have the feeling, could just be a feeling of pain, could be depression, could be happiness, could be joy, whatever kind of response that you're getting from the physical body. This is why, like there are cultures that use advanced meditation so that they can clearly define the difference between them and their body. So when their body wants to do things because it's genetically predisposed for that, or behaviorally, or whatever else, they can kind of distance themselves from the body and stop the chain of reactions. So you have a feeling or pain, you know, or joy or whatever else. Runners, I've talked about this before. Runners, after a certain period, you know, produce a heroin-like substance. So the brain starts releasing this substance into the body, and then the body picks it up. So, you know, that's why you'll see people get really addicted to running and really long distance running, because they're actually addicted to the heroin-like substance, the chemical. So you have the feeling, let's just say depression, and your neurons have been firing at the depression level for so long that it's like the #1 thing that you fire. So when that, you know, thoughts of depression or feelings of depression start coming on, then the body starts to make a chemical, a drug, or what's called a peptide. So there's a chain reaction in your brain, hormone, your, you know, endocrine system is involved, and you create a hormone or a chemical peptide, and that chemical, depression, is released into your body. Well, it starts to look for, and the cells in your body start to look for it. And if it's so chronic, if your emotional stuff is so chronic, then your cells will only be looking, your cells will have these receptors. And so the peptide will go through the system and the cells will attract it. But sometimes it gets so prolific, so overcoming, that the cell will only take in that hormone peptide chemical, that drug that your brain is making, and no longer has receptors for food, nutrition, oxygen, water. It only has receptors to receive this chemical. So that's kind of addiction, right? So you can use essential oils to help with mood alteration and chemical alteration in the brain and the body, right? And so go ahead and, you know, make sure you watch What the Bleep Do We Know. It talks more like about thinking, but, you know, we can use things like essential oils to alter the mood, to alter the brain into, you know, creating a different kind of chemistry. All right, anything, you know, essential oils, anything can be enhance a mood, help our bodies to make an uplifting chemical or peptide that's beneficial. Essential oils can be much more dangerous than what the public is told. Marketing for profit is not in the interest of humans, animals, or nature. Okay, so let's talk about ecology. For example, there's a company called Pepsi that started using a native plant called Pepsissewa, I think is the term, Pepsi. Well, Pepsi's been known to go out and raid the environment for this really beneficial, important plant that the native people use in a tea and other types of healing forms, to take it from the environment instead of actually growing it, because what they found is growing it in monoculture does not give it the same flavor as it growing in nature. And it's cheaper for this company to send people out to pick it off native land, pick it out of the ecology. So what's important, a plant that is important for the ecology and the nature system is important to the animals, it's important to the water, it's important to the air, it's important to the insects, and it's important to humans. So we have to be really careful also about who we will purchase our products from, or essential oils, because, you know, essential oils, like I'm going to tell you, take a huge astronomical amount of plant material to make a little bit of oil. So whole areas of the environment can be completely raided and destroyed. And this is the other topic, you know, that was really pushed last summer when I did my Wildcrafting Herbal Medicine program all summer. Was, you know, it was constantly looked at the ecology, walking in the environment, deciding, do I take those plants that are a few? Do I leave them for the environment? And most of the time, if there was just a few, I would leave them. That's why I kind of lean more towards traditional indigenous medicines outside, because usually they're pretty prolific, for whatever I'm kind of looking for. Okay, so make sure that you're doing research on companies that are good products. I just want to put on here that here on the blog, I put some companies that I would buy from, that I'm aligned with, that are organic, that are environmentally sound, that offer the kind of things that I want. May not be as expansive, and because of their organic, they're biodynamically grown, and or Demeter certified. So I just want to talk about that real quick. About finding your products where they're actually care about the system. And I'm a biodynamic farmer for 12 years, specialized in urban kind of farming at this point. We'll have a farm, we'll be growing all my own herbs. That's what I like to do. I like to wildcraft my own medicines, and make my medicines from that. And in a lot of cases, I can't make essential oil because I don't have enough plant material and how much I would have to take from the environment. But what I do love to make are hydrosols. And hydrosol is a process of the water that's left over after the essential oil has been made. And hydrosols are 100% safe. They're safe for animals, they're safe for children, they're safe for you. You can put them in your mouth, you can spray them all over yourself, you can spray them all over your environment. And the cool thing about it is you can make them from so many amazing things, like, flowering sagebrush is one of my favorite. What's another one? Like, lemon balm. As these flavors, and these plants are giving off, their scent, at the different times of the season, you could create different hydrosols for that period of time. Rosemary. So I just love hydrosols. And there is a link for some biodynamic hydrosols on the COE-LLC Essential Oil Lies blog. So I just want to kind of read you about, biodynamic. This is what I'm into. Biodynamics has much in common with other organic approaches. It emphasizes the use of manures and compost and excludes the use of synthetic artificial fertilizers on soil and plants. Methods unique to biodynamic approach include its treatment of animals, crops, and soil in a single system. An emphasis that is beginnings of local production and food distribution, blah, 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 blah. So you can go on to that. And, we're big about homeopathic remedies that we make. So we're only ones that make homeopathic remedies. Okay. So let me go back to the blog. And so Demeter certification is a big deal. I was going to start working on getting my Demeter certification so that I could certify farms in the United States, Demeter. But it all kind of fell apart with the CV virus, and I couldn't afford to take classes, and they're the first ones that were presented in the US. So I was extremely disappointed. But, that'll be something that I'll have to work on in the future. Demeter International is the largest certification organization for biodynamic agriculture and is one of 3 predominant organic certifiers. Its name is the reference to Demeter, the Greek goddess of grain and fertility. Demeter biodynamic certification is used in 50 countries to verify biodynamic products meet international standards in production and processing. The Demeter certification program was established in 1928. As such, was the first ecological label for organic products, foods. And the certification is difficult to come by, and it must be renewed annually. Demeter's biodynamic certification requires biodiversity, ecosystem preservation, soil husbandry, livestock integration, prohibition of genetically engineered organisms, and viewing the farm as a larger holistic organism. So, and it goes on, and you can learn about that. Okay. So there were, like I said, there are 3 links for essential oils that, if I was buying, when I do buy it, that these are the ones that I would buy. There's also a great link for a whole bunch of hydrosols, which I just love hydrosols. I just love, 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 love. Okay. Also one to put on here, and then we're going to go talk about some of the other stuff here. Hopefully I can finish this out. I offered 2 essential oil recipes just for fun. One is an anger recipe that I've used. It's really been helpful for people. And I like it in an aerosol. Put purified water in a bottle with a little spray doodad on there. 2-ounce bottle and you can put, carrier oil in it, which is like a coconut or sunflower or almond oil. And then you want to put 2, or if you're doing the spray you're going to do 2 ounces of purified water with spray head. And then either one, the oil or the spray one. The spray one works so great. 8 drops of frankincense in 2 ounces of oil or water, 3 drops of neroli, and 3 drops of lime essential oil. Either one, shake really well. You can add the oil to your bath. Don't recommend actually adding raw essential oils to your bath. We're going to talk about that why, or onto your body, or onto your animal's body, or your child or baby's body. Okay. And then you can add the oil that you've made to the bath, a few drops. And then the spray, you can spray everywhere. You could spray it on your face or your body or your bed. I love to also spray, once I have the aerosol-y water sprayers, like my dog in her bed, I like to spray different kind of stuff on there. So it's not so strong and it's not going to kill her and it's not going to make her sick. Okay. And then I did, this summer last summer I was getting really into elixirs, and this was one of my favorite elixirs. And I made everything that went into the elixir. So that's another, thing. So the relaxing elixir, also, yeah, the last one was for anger. It really helps with the anger. Because remember, we were talking about a mood enhancer. So using something that actually targets the anger, that can uplift anger maybe into a little bit of a joy, is going to help with those peptides. It's going to help to change the chemistry in your brain. So you can put that little bottle, that sprayer on your desk. You can put it by your bed. You can, use it wherever you want, in your purse, in your car, whenever you get angry, because that also helps you to recognize when you're feeling something and that you're actually actively using something to change that mindset, change that chemical, change that drug your brain is producing, right? And then give yourself like an uplift. Relaxing elixir, a bit less than, so what I did was a little bit less than 2 ounces. Everything in 2 ounces works better. So in a 2-ounce dropper bottle, I put homemade fruit brandy. I used a wild blueberry brandy that I made from wild blueberries. Also took a toothpick and dipped the very end into lavender essential oil. Made sure there was no extra oil on it. There was no drop. And then I'm going to put it into the brandy, the 2 ounce of brandy, and stir it a little bit and then take it out. No drops. It's way less than even a quarter of a drop. It's like a dab. And that is the level of ingestion for essential oil. And that's in 2 ounces of brandy. And it was dipped in lavender essential oil. Then, I stirred into the brandy. 10 drops of California poppy tincture, which I made, which I make. Right now I've just gotten a whole bunch of heirloom seeds. I've got like 6 varieties of poppy now. Oh! And I don't take it. If I have a headache or something like that, I'll take a few drops. You can take up to 25 drops of the tincture. So yeah, so it's just different than pharmaceutical opiates and, street opiates. And then I also added 10 drops of a lemon balm glycerin tincture that I made. So you can use glycerin, which is safer for animals and children, to, bind your herbal medicine plants too, or you can put them in alcohol. So you got several choices. But anyway, that was a relaxant elixir that I made last summer. One of my favorite ones actually that I made. Okay. And these are just ideas, you know, and thoughts and also. So now we're going to go and we're going to talk about okay, so you should never actually take an essential oil and stick it in your mouth or put multiple drops in your tub. Any place that you're going to ingest it, it's going to touch your body. And even sometimes in those vaporizers that people have in their house, that they put way too much stuff in, can actually cause and lead to liver and kidney failure, especially in animals and children, especially babies, right? So, and I'm going to explain why. When you make an essential oil, you have to have a massive amount of green leafy structure of plants that are going to be essential oily. So plants fit into 4 categories. You've got the edibles, right? You've got poisonous, you've got herbal, and then you have essential oil. And then, you know, some of the essential oil plants kind of cross over into the herbal kind of domain. So say, for example, just try to give you a visual. You were going to get a gallon of rosemary essential oil. What would that look like? Well, you would have, you know, one of those big, huge gas, you know, oil tankers that deliver gas to your gas station. You would mash and fill one of those with rosemary till there's like no room, so totally mashed. And then you would distill those plants over a period of time. And then after you're done distilling it, that volume of plant material would get you maybe 1 gallon of rosemary essential oil. Okay. So you would never, so we're looking at like rosemary could be like 15 to 30 cups of herbal plant material if you were going to drink it. And there's just no way that you would drink over, you know, 6 tablespoons of dried plant material in water, like up to 3 cups of water a day. So essential oil is way higher than that. Like in case of rosemary, it could be like 30 cups of herbal medicine product. So you wouldn't drink 30 cups, you probably would die. You'd be so toxic and sick. I mean, think about this for a minute. Anyone that has like, you know, high blood pressure could be kicked right over the edge with just a little bit of raw, fresh rosemary, right? Circulation's just gonna like through the roof. Could, you know, just cack you right off. So you don't want to be sticking this stuff in your mouth. And you don't want to be sticking it directly on your body. And you sure as hell don't want to be sticking this stuff directly on your baby's body, your child's body. They absorb everything 90% more, their skin is 90% more absorbent than adult skin. They absorb everything in their environments. And you sure as hell don't want to put this on your animals. And if you have a lot of animals, you got to be really careful about those vaporizers that you're using, that you're putting all these drops in. You know, maybe like with the amount of water you have, 1 drop of one thing, not 10 drops of one thing, 10 drops of something else, and 10 drops of something else, right? Because there's not enough water to break that down and get it out into the system. So this is why it will cause liver and kidney failure in anybody. You put those, you know, drops, you know, maybe you might in a bath put 1 drop of something, you know, 2 drops of something, but because your body is going to be heating up your tissue and your pores are going to be more open, and it's going to be more absorbent. So you got to be really careful about whether it's an air mister, you know, especially putting it directly in your mouth or on your skin, because it's highly dangerous. And pretty much all essential oil plants require huge amounts to make a little bit of essential oil. I mean, once I get my farm and my plants going, I'm probably not going to be making essential oil because it's just going to be so time consuming for me to harvest so much plant material. Now, what I'm going to be into is making hydrosols, annual hydrosols of different kinds that I can put out on tables and wherever else, and people can come in from the field and just spray themselves, drink it if they want, because hydrosols across the board are super awesome and really effective and not dangerous. So be really careful out there. I know that's kind of, you know, a direct assault to a lot of you essential oil people, but the way that people are marketing and using these essential oils are super dangerous. And people have to be really, really careful with the extremity of live plant medicine. And that's what the essential oil is huge amounts, you know, anywhere from 10 to 30 cups, you know, of live plant material per drop of essential oil. So if you're using rosemary essential oil in your food and you put 10 drops in, holy cow, you've got 10 times 30 would be what? 300 cups of herbal plant material, live herbal plant material. And you think, are you going to be feeding 300 people and they get like this much like spaghetti sauce on their noodles and then expand it over 300 people? I mean, that's kind of like what you have to start thinking about. All right, everybody, if you have any questions, you know, I do online appointments while we're here in the lockdown, information on the blog on how to get a contact with me. And yeah, love to make you an appointment and do a holistic nutritional consult. Also on the website, COE-LLC, you can find the fees and schedule of how I do appointments. And that's it. So anyway, have a great day. Thanks so much for listening. And, you know, have a great part of this week.